Well, hello, Mid-Michigan. It's been a bit of a wait, but we are ready for Sacred Heart Academy Beal City Softball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And we could be starting very, very soon. Sacred Heart just got done besting Montebello 11-1 moments ago. Beal City won 15-0 in 3 innings earlier versus Vestaburg. This is the matchup we've been waiting for. We have been dreaming of. Woods Household pregame show here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. I did originally have things set up to play my interviews with Sacred Heart Academy and Beal City, Coach Ant Valink, the Block sisters, along with Coach Wheaton, Marin Wheaton, and Savannah Jones, but time constraints are going to kind of cancel that out, and so Woods Household pregame show here, we may be just a few minutes away from first pitch. I think they said possibly a 5:45 start for this one to try and get things in a bit earlier, and when it comes to the high school baseball, high school softball, you got to get things rolling as soon as you can, because if this game goes a while, who knows, there is a chance we could be worried about darkness as this game goes on. And tomorrow it'll be a very similar theme. I didn't post anything because I didn't want to confuse people a bunch, because it's a very similar district with Beal City and Sacred Heart Academy baseball. That's over in Coleman tomorrow. I'll be there all day long, 10 a.m., noon, but a 2 p.m. district championship game will be on the air around 1:30 or so. We're going to take a break here on the Woods Household pregame show. When we come back, we'll run through those lineups and actually kind of break it down when we know first pitch is going to be. You're listening to the Woods Household pregame show here from the Barbary Law Studios in Beal City, built by Konowinski Construction. Back with more action right after this.
Hello, I'm Mike Stanton, and I'm honored to represent the Marilyn Chapman Memorial Fund, created to honor Marilyn's legacy of generosity, compassion, and commitment to our community. At its core, our mission is simple: to support our youth, remove barriers, and create opportunities for kids to grow, compete, and succeed, both in their community and in the game of life. We are incredibly excited to support the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. They do an outstanding job highlighting student athletes, local schools, and the power of teamwork, shining a light on the hard work and dedication that is often overlooked. This partnership allows us to celebrate not just wins on the field, but character and leadership along the way. At the end of the day, it's about investing in our youth, strengthening our communities, and carrying forward Maryland's spirit of giving. To learn more about the Marilyn Chapman Memorial Fund and the events we support, find us on Facebook by searching Marilyn Chapman Memorial Fund. Go Blue Jays.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher Day or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Malley Construction in Mount Pleasant are experts in residential and commercial construction. From poured walls, flat work, pipe work, and road work, Malley Construction does it all. And they are Michigan Department of Transportation pre-qualified. Malley Construction is family-owned and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant. Hiring a cleaning service doesn't mean you're lazy. Martinez Cleaning knows it means you value your time and want to come home and relax and not worry about the mess. Martinez Cleaning allows you to do just that. Come home and relax to a nice clean home. Schedule your appointment and learn more by visiting Martinez Cleaning on Facebook or call today at 989-289-8615.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction and our Woods Household pregame show. Also love going out to Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird, All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, a Weefrich Financial, Woods Household Appliance, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Malley Construction, along with J&J Auto, Blocko Pools and Spas, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, and Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. All right, we are ready for two of the top teams in the state to battle it out here in the district championship. Sacred Heart Academy, Beal City. You don't need to say much more than that. And then we take a look at this particular rivalry in that series. What's happened the last 2 years in the district championship games have been unbelievable. 2 years ago, you had an 11-12 inning game that went on. Last year, I believe the final score was 12-11. In 7 innings in a game in Montebello that got delayed, got put back on, got delayed. It seemed like we were on the air until about 10 o'clock last year. It was just an unbelievable atmosphere. I'm expecting something very similar here today. And now that we're in the playoffs, yes, it is audio-only coverage. You can see things up there on the scoreboard. You can see actually the Aggies and the Irish switched up as the Irish will be the home team here. They won the coin toss. Go through that starting lineup for the Beal City Aggie girls as they will be at the plate first. Leading things off will be the center fielder, Dakota Dodak. She wears number 1. Number 2, Lauren Gross will be batting second. She will be in the circle to start the game. Macy McKinney's batting third, playing at second base, wearing number 27. Emma Block playing at first base, wearing number 9, batting in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth, playing at shortstop, wearing number 10, is Ariana Brown. Batting sixth is Beth Block. She plays behind the plate, wearing number 13. Addie Sanders, number 32, is going to be at third base in this one, batting seventh. Hayden McLaughlin is the DH, batting eighth, wearing number 22. In the field for her is Aubrey Thielen out on the right. And the bottom of the order, Miss Madison Fisher playing out in left field. And again, when we look at these two lineups, it's just absolutely bonkers. Madison Fisher headed to college next year to play some softball. Just talks about how great that lineup is. You can just, and how great she is. You just kind of stick her at any spot in the lineup, and she will get it done. Going to take another break here on the Woods Household pregame show. When we come back, we'll break things down a little bit for Sacred Heart Academy, and I'll start talking about some keys to victory as well. Back with more Woods Household pregame show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weefrich Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefrich Financial. Weefrich Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefrichFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefrich Financial, member SIPC. Martinez Painting, Central Michigan's trusted painting professionals. They specialize in both interior and exterior jobs for your home and business. No matter how big or how small the job, they transform any space with quality and precision. Learn more by visiting Martinez Painting on Facebook today or give them a call at 989-317-5536. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Imagine a home that reflects your style. With WW Construction, that dream will become a reality. As a trusted Mid-Michigan builder, WW Construction specializes in builds and remodels that turn ordinary spaces into extraordinary ones. Join the growing family of homeowners who trust WW Construction for quality and craftsmanship. Call WW Construction today at 989-621-2722 to make your dreams a reality.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction and the Woods Household pregame show as we get ready to go. Both teams are out warming up. Neither team is going to do an official infield as they both have already played today. Sacred Heart Academy besting Vesterberg in 3 innings. Beal City besting Vesterberg in 3 innings. Sacred Heart Academy bested Montebello in 5 innings. These are 2 of the top-ranked teams in the state. Whoever wins here today, I don't want to say they've got the inside track to go to East Lansing, but you look what happened the last few years. Neither of them are going to have a good shot of getting there. I believe it was a state quarterfinal where the Beal City girls lost last year. Go back to 2 years ago, these Sacred Heart Academy girls were in the state championship with Marin Wheaton and Savannah Jones tag teaming in the circle. And that is the big thing in this one. Marin Wheaton will not be in the circle. She'll be starting at third base in this one, and she hasn't played in a couple weeks except for a lone at-bat we saw moments ago here at the Beal City Ball Fields, where you can find our Barbary Law Studios on this day. But I will say, she came up to hit, saw a pitch, and absolutely smoked it out to the outfield. Struggled a little bit going down to first base. She is in the lineup here today for Sacred Heart Academy in this district championship game, and I don't think there was anything Coach Wheaton, her dad, would have been able to do to try and keep her out of this game. That is the type of competitor that she is. So the starting lineup for the Sacred Heart Academy Irish, who will be in the field first. Leading things off is the right fielder, number 6, the superstar freshman, Miss Maeve McConnell. Batting second will be the designated hitter, Miss Izzy Ruckert. Marin Wheaton will be batting third, playing at third base. Savannah Jones will be in the circle for this one, batting cleanup, wearing number 24. Lexi Sweet will be batting fifth, playing first base, wearing number 35. Maddie Anderson will be behind the plate per usual for the Sacred Heart Academy girls, wearing number 15, batting in the 5 spot. Batting 6 is going to be Miss Elena batting 5th is Maddie Anderson. Yeah, the old Spockman math here. Batting 6 is Maddie Anderson. Batting 7th is Elena Verlager, playing out in left field, wearing number 25. Batting 8th is Miss Addie Late, playing at shortstop, wearing number 2. And wearing number 5, playing at second base, is Miss Brooke Neff. And in the field for Miss Izzy Ruckert is going to be Ava Sweet out in center field. What a game we have got for you here today. As I kind of look around the field, it is jam-packed here at the Beal City Ball Fields. Down here on the third baseline, there's not quite a few people, but back behind home plate, it is absolutely packed. Down the first baseline on either side of the Sacred Heart Academy dugout, there is a whole lot of red there. I can see pretty much the entire Beal City baseball team, pretty much the entire Sacred Heart Academy baseball team are both here to cheer on these softball teams. And both these softball teams, they will find themselves in Coleman tomorrow to cheer on the boys as we get ready to go. Went through both of those lineups for you. When we come back here on the Woods Household pregame show, we will talk a couple keys to victory in this one. And it might seem obvious, but when you get 2 teams like this, it comes down to the basics. Back with more Woods Household pregame show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Blockco Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blockco Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Block Electric Company in Wademan has been powering Michigan for over 30 years. There's no job too big or too small for Block Electric Company, like an entire school or something simple at the home, like making sure the outdoor lighting, thermostat, or ceiling fan is installed professionally. Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric Company, and go Aggies.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Well, welcome back to our Woods Also pregame show. We are right on the cusp of the national anthem here, so I'm actually going to send it out to another quick break here. Might end up cutting this break short as we get ready for first pitch. Beal City, Sacred Heart Academy coming right up. A district championship on the line for the third consecutive year. 2 years ago, this game went into extra innings. Last year, it was a 12-11 7-inning thriller. This year, I'm expecting it to be just as good. Back with a first pitch right after this. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Woods Household pregame show on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. We have all seen this sticker, maybe in Mount Pleasant, Beal City, Ithaca, or Traverse City. There is a reason you see that sticker everywhere. That's because Dick Sova Auto Sales has been selling sharp used cars and trucks for 3 generations. Stop in to see the Sova family in downtown Shepherd for your next low-mileage, immaculate car and see why they're known for over 40 years of fantastic customer service. Or you can view their inventory now at DickSovaAutoSales.com. Dick Sova Auto Sales, selling sharp used cars and trucks and supporting sharp student athletes. Powell Frame and Collision knows we all spend a lot of time looking out the windshield. So if yours gets cracked, dented, damaged, or destroyed, Powell Frame and Collision, along with their expert collision service, now offers expert auto glass replacement. Working with insurance, they can replace all makes and all models, including new advanced driver assistance system windshields. Mention you saw this ad and you can get $100 off of your windshield replacement. Powell Frame and Collision, downtown Shepherd. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind. by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, E&S Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, E&S can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. E&S Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit E&S Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. E&S Graphics, printing all things physical.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
And welcome back to it all, the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Dave McKinney rolling through all the intros here for the Sacred Heart Academy girls and the Beal City girls. So we're not even at the national anthem yet. Pardon me, friends, but we will send it out to another break to hear from some more of our great sponsors as we get ready for first pitch. But key to victory in this game, pretty simple. Whoever plays clean in the field is going to be successful here today. We've got two great pitchers with Lauren Gross and Savannah Jones, but we have two elite lineups that just put up double-digit runs in our previous games. All right, time for the national anthem. When we come back, it will be first pitch this time. Beal City Sacred Heart District Championship on the line.
Hi, I'm attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary, he can be yours too.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Bogwai Banga and Bradley on Main Street in Mount Pleasant provides uncompromising integrity when providing tax and accounting services to individuals and small businesses in the Mid-Michigan area. Bogwai Banga and Bradley has an expert CPA ready to help you, whether you're an individual that needs help with taxes or a business that needs help with, well, just about everything. Bogwai Banga and Bradley is a leader in the community and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Visit them online at bwbpc.com or stop into their office on Main Street in downtown Mount Pleasant. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291. Martinez Lawn Care knows your outdoor space is more than just a yard. It's where life happens. Martinez Lawn Care provides mowing services, yard cleanups, maintenance, and more to keep your outdoor space the best place for life to happen. Call Martinez Lawn Care today at 989-317-5536. Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance Group is Mid-Michigan's #1 team for protecting what matters most to you. Home, auto, life, farm, business. They offer a wide variety of coverage at affordable rates with the customer service of a best friend. Visit Brickner and Buckner Farm Bureau Insurance Group on Pickard Road or visit them online at bricknerbunker.insurance.com.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We are ready to go. Savannah Jones is in the circle, throwing her final few warm-up pitches behind the plate. Miss Maddie Anderson at first base, Lexi Sweet at second, the senior Brooke Neff at short, Addie Lay at third base, Miss Merritt Wheaton back for the first time in a couple weeks. We'll see how much hitch she has in her giddy-up. And then out in the outfield and left, it's Elena Verliger, center, Ava Sweet, and out in right field, it is Miss Maeve McConnell. Leading things off for the Beal City Aggies will be Miss Dakota Dodak, then Lauren Gross, followed by Macy McKinney. All of these girls hit very well in their first game, including Miss Dodak with a solo home run. Dodak steps in. I believe she's headed to Elma College to continue her softball career next year. 5 of these Beal City senior girls headed to the next level to continue their softball career. Miss Marin Wheaton is as well for Sacred Heart. And also, Savannah Jones wanted to play some college ball. She could be doing so as well. All right, here we go. Dakota Dodak leading things off for the Beal City Aggies, batting on the right side. Just ran through things defensively here for Sacred Academy. We're about to get underway. District Championship Softball, 2 of the top teams in the state. Whoever wins here has got plans of going all the way to Michigan State University. The first pitch is going to be fouled off down the first baseline over the Sacred Heart Academy girls' dugout. Again, audio-only coverage here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, and we've got the Aggies and the Irish up there because the Aggies are the away team here in this one. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Savannah Jones. This one's going to be grounded towards short. Stopped by Jones. What a play. Looks to get the throw over to first, but safe in time with Dodak is her speed. Great play there from Savannah Jones and Dakota Dodak. I have no idea how Jones was able to get that softball so quickly, but the speed of Dodak is just elite as she's able to come into first with an infield single. Now stepping the plate, Lauren Gross. She will be the counterpart in the circle for Savannah Jones in this one. Comes the first pitch. Gross is going to line this one to the outfield. It's going to get up against the wall. Rounding second, rounding third is Dakota Dodak. She's going to come in and score. And just like that, it is 1-0. Beal City with the lead after the RBI double from Miss Lauren Gross, driving in Dakota Dodak. You think about that J&J Auto Collision Report. Making it happen right there is Lauren Gross. Miss Macy McKinney now stepping to the dish for Beal City. She's the number 3 hitter. Behind her is Emma Block and Ariana Brown and Beth Block. There are no holes in either one of these lineups. Every single girl on both these teams can absolutely send ropes to the outfield. First pitch is going to be taken for strike 1 to Macy McKinney. Nobody out. Already 1 run across here in the top of the first inning for Beal City. Dakota Dodak led off with a single. She was driven in on an RBI double from Lauren Gross. Jones back into the middle of the circle. She winds and deals. Taking that next pitch will be McKinney. 1-1 now the count. And one big thing in this game, Savannah Jones pitched the first game. It was Emma Block who pitched the first game for Beal City. Jones pitched. Then she's coming right back out here to throw another game. That one's just going to miss low as well. 2-1 now the count to Macy McKinney. Emma Block is on deck. McKinney on the year for the Aggie girls, a .418 batting average and a .549 on-base percentage. When I go through some of these numbers, they're not going to seem very believable. Swing and a miss there from McKinney. The count is now 2-2. Jones walks to the back of the circle, taking her time here for a moment. The senior knows a strikeout here would be a huge deal. McKinney's going to ground this one towards our broadcast position here down the third baseline. That'll go foul. 2-2 will remain the count. Pitch number 6 of the at-bat upcoming here for Macy McKinney. Savannah Jones walking slowly to the back of the circle. Again, a difficult situation here for Jones. Her and Marin Wheaton kind of shared the circle. They're all entire 4 years, but Wheaton going down with an injury. Emmy Edwards has come in and done a great job for the girls, but Jones has had to take the brunt of the load now. That's going to be a ball missing inside. That'll run the count full to 3-2. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming. And if there was one thing Savannah Jones maybe could do a little bit better, it's these situations right here. Make sure you do not walk this batter, McKinney, at the plate. Here comes the pitch from Jones. She gets the swing and a miss for the punch-out. Big-time strikeout there for Savannah Jones with the runner in scoring position. Now 1 down here in at the top of the first inning. 1-0 Beal City with the lead over Sacred Heart Academy. Emma Block now stepping to the ditch. She was absolutely fantastic in the circle in Game 1 versus Vesterberg. Only gave up 1 hit in that entire game through those 5 innings. Here comes the pitch from Wheaton. It's going to be high ball 1. Ariana Brown on deck. Beth Block behind her. Again, Emma Block, Beth Block aren't seniors, but they're a pair of girls probably playing college baseball in their future as well. Next pitch, this one's going to be fouled off the backstop. 1-1 now, the count to Emma Block. So keys to victory in this game, I talked about just being clean in the field. You're going to give up some runs. Got a feeling right now if you're Sacred Heart Academy, you do want to get out of here without a crooked number, though, on the top of the first inning. Let your offense come up and try and make an attack. Much love going out to our friends at Mount Pleasant Public Schools, Martinez Lawn Care, Martinez Painting, and Martinez Cleaning, Bogwai Bang Bradley, Powell Frame and Collision, Dick Silva Auto Sales, along with Brickner and Bunkert Farm Bureau Insurance. That one's over for a strike, 1-2. Here comes the next pitch. That one's going to be fouled off. Count will remain 1-2 to Emma Block. Again, defensively for the Irish, it's Maddie Anderson behind the plate. Lexi Sweet at first. Brooke Neff at second. Addie Lay at short. Marin Wheaton at third. And then in the outfield, you've got Verlegger in left, Ava Sweet in center, and Maeve McConnell in right field. Izzy Ruckert, a little shoulder injury. That's why she's not out in center field, but she will be at the plate. That is going to be another punch out there for Savannah Jones. Make it 2 in a row. And not easy to send down these hitters either. Macy McKinney and Emma Block. Big time back-to-back strikeouts there for Savannah Jones in the circle. That'll bring Ariana Brown to the plate. They call her Brownie here. She is an unbelievable hitter on the season. Brown on the year, a .515 batting average. Yes, a .515 batting average. .579 on base percent. She's got 3 home runs as well. 1-0 as that first one misses. Brown steps back in, playing shortstop in this one. Also plays a lot of third base for the Aggies. Here comes the next pitch from Savannah Jones. That's just going to miss. Gets away from Maddie Anderson, but in front of her. Good block right there. Brought to you by our friends at Block Electric Company. Jones now looks to the dugout to get the pitch sign. Got Coach Wheaton, Coach Katsinger, Coach Sadie Wheaton, Tricia Hyde over there sending the signal. Here comes the grounder towards third. There's Wheaton there with the glove. In time over to first, so the ground out to third base. The Aggies get 1 run across, but they do leave 1 out, and a good sign there from Marin Wheaton fielding that one right there with authority. It is 1-0. 1 run comes across on 2 hits, 1 left on base for Beal City as we head to the bottom of the first inning. A due-up brought to you by our friends at the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund. G&S Mechanical, hanging by a thread, Pier Plumbing, and All Seasons Fireworks. It's Maeve McConnell, Izzy Ruckert, and Marin Wheaton due up for the Sacred Heart Academy girls. We'll keep things right here as we head to the bottom of the first inning on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. In the circle for the Aggie girls is going to be the senior Miss Lauren Gross. Behind the plates, the sophomore Beth Block. At first, it's Emma Block. At second, Macy McKinney. Ariana Brown is at short. Addie Sanders is over at third. Madison Fisher in left field. Dakota Dodak in center. And Aubrey Thielen out in right field. As we get ready here for the bottom of the first inning, Sacred Heart Academy of Beal City District Championship Softball. Again, tomorrow, got to get by Coleman and Marion, do Sacred Heart Academy in Beal City, but I am hoping the pipe dream is that 2 p.m. game tomorrow when I come on the air is this same matchup, except across on the baseball diamond, and it's a very similar few. 2 of the top 5 teams in the state battling it out tomorrow for a district championship. Whoever wins tomorrow between the red and the royal blue for baseball will also expect to be making a trip to East Lansing in a couple weekends. Lauren Gross, a couple warm-up pitches out there in the circle with her. His fellow pitcher Emma Block and third base Addie Sanders as we get ready to rock and roll here. Bottom of the first inning. Lauren Gross out there. She has a 1-0 lead as we start the bottom of the first inning. Game started off with a single and an RBI double, but then Jones got things going with a back-to-back strikeouts and a ground out to third base to end that top of the first inning. Stepping to the plate is Miss Maeve McConnell. She has been unbelievable as a freshman, one of the most impressive freshman softball players I've ever seen. Here comes the pitch from Lauren Gross. It's going to be taken, and it's going to be over for a strike. With our broadcast position, you might not hear me with the strike the ball call right away as we're right up against the fence down the third baseline. Tried setting up in the press box behind home plate, but the view of the scoreboard, not great through that chain link fence. And so now we kind of got things going through the chain link fence here and a good view of the scoreboard for everybody. That one's also over for a strike, taking that one as well as McConnell. Count now quickly 0-2 here with 1 down, or nobody out, pardon me, in the bottom of the first inning. It's a 1-0 score. Here comes the next pitch from Gross. It's going to be popped up here in the near side. It's going to be a tough play in left field. Fisher can't quite get there. It's going to be a single to lead things off for Maeve McConnell. See, every time I've watched the freshman Maeve McConnell play, she just impresses. On the year, the freshman has got an unbelievable batting average of .435. Again, she's just a freshman, .435 batting average. She has got bright things ahead. Now at the dish is Izzy Ruckert. Normally would be playing out in center field, but she's the DP in this one with a little bit of hitch-a-giddy up in the shoulder. She's going to look to drop down the bunt here. Again, she is a slap hitter, so very capable of dropping down that bunt as well and zipping down the first baseline. She takes that first pitch for a 1-0 count. Ruckert steps back in on the left side. Lauren Gross winds and deals. Ruckert looking to slap that one. She's going to send it foul, 1-1 now the count. Marin Wheaton on deck, trying to get somebody in scoring position for her is Izzy Ruckert. Gross checks the sign. Ruckert steps back in. Here comes the 1-1. He's going to send this one to the outfield. It'll be down for a base hit. Fielded cleanly by Fisher. She quickly gets it into Ariana Brown, but we've got back-to-back singles to start the game here for Sacred Heart Academy. And this is what I mentioned in the pregame. You've got two great pitchers, but you have two elite lineups. You're going to give up some runs. It's all about staying calm out there in the circle, as we saw Savannah Jones do after giving up that run in the top of the first inning. Was able to get him to go 1-2-3 after the first two reached. The first two have reached in the bottom of the first. Let's see how Lauren Gross responds with Marin Wheaton at the plate. Again, Wheaton coming back from injury, but on the year, Marin Wheaton has a .588 batting average, a .617 on-base percentage. She has 8 home runs. Headed to Trine University next year to continue her softball career. She'll actually be playing with her older sister for the first time ever. Puts a drive into this one. Down the first base line, it'll go foul. Caught over there by a Sacred Heart Academy fan. Count now 0-2 to Wheaton. Wheaton steps back in on the right side, waves the pink bat over the back right shoulder. The Irish girls out here with the white jerseys, the red lettering, and the red pants. Aggies out there in the white pants with the striped blue and royal blue and black jerseys. That one's going to be a base hit for Marin Wheaton, but the run will not come in from second. McConnell stops at third. We have got 3 consecutive singles to open up the bottom of the first inning for Sacred Heart Academy. The bases are loaded as the cleanup hitter, the pitcher, Savannah Jones, steps to the plate. She knows here her job is to make sure one run at least comes in. If you hit a double, that's great, but you have to put something in play here to make sure McConnell scores from third. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Gross winds and deals. Jones does look to put it in play. It'll be fouled down the first baseline. If you're Lauren Gross, you would love a punch out or an infield fly ball here. Gross back to the middle of the circle. Toes the rubber with the right foot. Savannah Jones awaiting on the right side. Here comes the pitch. That's just, that's going to be over for a strike. 0-2 now the count to Savannah Jones. Punch out here for Lauren Gross would be monstrous. Gross has the sign from the dugout. Steps back in the middle of the circle. That's just going to miss. Good eye there from Savannah Jones at the plate. The count now 1-2. Savannah Jones on the year, a .430 hitter, .488 batting average, 36 runs batted in. Here comes the 1-2 from Lauren Gross. It's going to be put in play. Gross is able to field it. Looks to get the force out at home, and she does. Great play right there. Reaching via fielder's choice will be Savannah Jones, but out trying to go home is Maeve McConnell. What a play right there. Big time awareness from Gross to know she can get that out at home. So the bases remain loaded. There is now one down with Lexi Sweet at the plate. Lexi Sweet playing first base in this one. Younger sister Ava Sweet out in center field. Both excellent basketball players as well for the Sacred Heart Academy program. That one's in the dirt, but a great block behind the plate from Beth Block. We'll continue to make the joke. That block brought to you by our friends at the Block Electric Company. Gross slowly to the middle of the circle. Sends in the 1-0. It's Going to be pop fouled on the first baseline, looking to try and make a play from first base is Emma Block. She won't get there. Count is now 1-1. Maddie Anderson is on deck. There's one down. Bottom of the first inning. Beal City leads it 1-0, but the bases are loaded, full of Irish. Gross back into the circle. Winds and deals. This one's going to be set towards first. Looking to get the double play, and they will. Oh, my goodness. It is the rare 3 unassisted double play over at first base from Emma Block. That will be in the running for a Bill's Custom fabrication of the game. No runs on 3 hits, no errors, 3 left on base for Sacred Heart Academy as we head to the second inning. What a big moment right there. Very, very early in this one. I'm going to send it out to a quick break to hear from some of our friends. When we come back here in the top of the second inning, due up for the Beal City girls, it's Beth Block, Addie Sanders, and Hayden McLaughlin. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
As we head to the second inning, the Beal City Aggie girls lead it 1-0, but maybe got a little bit more than that momentum-wise because it was single to lead things off in the bottom of the first inning for the Sacred Heart Academy girls. But as you can see there on the scoreboard, it is a big 0 on the board. Due up is Beth Block, Addie Sanders, and Hayden McLaughlin. Again, there's no holes in either one of these lineups. When we run through things, everybody's going to have over a 300 batting average with these two teams. Matter of fact, Beth Block, who's stepping to plate, is a .473 hitter on the year. The sophomore catcher, again, she's got college baseball in her, or college softball in her future if she chooses to do so. Savannah Jones back in the circle, struck out a pair in the top of the first inning. First pitch is going to miss low. Much love going out to our friends, Kara and Ed Lynch, Dance Again Dress Consignment Shop in Wademan. Our friends at CNC Enterprises, your home for all things Red Wing and Irish Setter boots in your Carhartt headquarters. And also loved Isabella Community Sportsplex, Maury Courts, the Mount Pleasant Ice Arena, and the Maury Gymnastics Center. Also love Mount Pleasant Heating and AC and Smith & Sons. This one's going to be grounded up the middle, fielded at second by Neff. It's got to be a quick throw. Beating it out with the speed is Beth Block. It's a second infield single so far for Beal City. It was Dakota Dodak reaching out an infield single in the first. She was driven in by the next batter, Lauren Gross. Let's see what Addie Sanders can bring to the plate here. 1-0 our score here in the second inning. The Irish loaded them up with nobody outs. 3 singles to start the game, but didn't end up getting anybody across in the bottom of that first inning. Pitch is going to be grounded. It's going to get through third and short for a single. So back-to-back singles here in the second inning now for Beal City. I said it, there's going to be runs scored in this game. There is going to be runners on base. A lot of it's going to have to go with how the pitcher deals with it. After back-to-back hits in the first inning, we saw Savannah Jones strike out a pair. Senior Hayden McLaughlin now stepping to the plate, the DH in this one for Beal City. I have seen her homer this year. She has got elite power at the plate for the Aggie girls. First one's going to be low. We're in the top of the second inning. Beal City leads Sacred Heart Academy 1-0. Tomorrow, district championship baseball at 2 p.m. coming to you from Coleman High School. This one's going to be lined down the first baseline. It's fair. Coming in to score is going to be Beth Block. Will they send around Addie Sanders? She is going to come in and score as well on the 2 RBI triple from Hayden McLaughlin. What a blast right there from the senior. It is now 3-0 Beal City with the lead. You go back to the bottom of the first inning. Single for Sacred Heart. They don't get any runs out of it. Could that come back to haunt them? It is now 3-0 Beal City with the lead here in the top of the second inning. At the plate is Madison Fisher. After her, it's Dakota Dodak. Again, there is just not a hole in either one of these lineups. First pitch is going to be outside, 1-0. Again, Marin Wheaton would most likely be in the circle for this matchup. A little hitching her giddy up right there. She looked really good in the field. We saw her moments ago. She also singled when she was at the plate. Taking that one as well as Dodak. 2-0 the count to Dakota Dodak. Runner at third base is Hayden McLaughlin after a 2 RBI triple moments ago. So think about that J&J Auto Collision Report and our Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. And also with the 2 RBI triple, you can maybe also start to think about our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by our friends at Weefridge Financial. 2-1 now the count to Fisher. Fisher on the year, .333 batting average, but get this, a .474 on-base percentage as she takes another one there. The count is now 3-1 with Dakota Dodak on deck. She's already singled and scored a run in this one. She actually homered as well in the first game here of the day when the Beal City Girls took on Vesterberg. Feel like anytime the batter starts to run towards first base and it's a close call, it always ends up being a ball. 3-2 the count. Still nobody out here in the top of the second inning. The Aggies are already the crooked number on the board, putting up 2 on the 2 RBI triple from McLaughlin. That's going to be ball 4. Taking her base is Madison Fisher. In a dangerous situation here in the second inning. You already trail by 3. Runners at the corners, and a very, very dangerous Dakota Dodak comes to the plate. Problem with a girl like Dodak, she could drop down the bunt here to try and get that squeeze from third and also beat it out, but then she could also hit a home run on you as well. And it does look like we're going to have a pitching change. Emmy Edwards is going to be coming into the game for Sacred Heart Academy. So while she warms up out there, we will send things out to a commercial break to hear from some of our friends. It's 3-0 Beal City with the lead. They've got runners at the corners. Nobody out here in the second inning. A new pitcher coming into the game for the Irish. Back with more championship softball right after this.
Hi, I'm attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary. He can be yours too.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
All right, Emmy Edwards into the game for Sacred Heart Academy. They're going to quickly try and get a steal after the first pitch, and that does change things up a little bit defensively. Marin Wheaton will remain at first base, but now Savannah Jones is at short for Addie Lay. Step back to the plate is Dodak. Runners at the corners here. A 1-1 count to the leadoff hitter Dakota Dodak with Emmy Edwards now in the game. It does look like Addie Lay might also be out in center field now here as well for Sacred Heart Academy. Here comes the 1-1 from Emmy Edwards to Dakota Dodak. Good movement on that one. It's going to miss, though, 2-1. See, Emmy Edwards, the freshman, has done a really good job being put in some very, very difficult situations this year, but that's what happens when you're a freshman on varsity. But this is probably the most difficult situation she's been in here in this do-or-die game. Great job climbing the ladder there by Maddie Anderson to keep that one in front of her. The count is now 3-1. Edwards checking the wrist, getting ready to send the pitch into Dodak. She swings at the high heat for strike 2. Good job there. Good movement again on that one from Emmy Edwards, getting Dodak to chase. It's actually Maeve McConnell in center field. A.J. Sweet moving over to right field. That will be ball 4. Really, really close pitch right there. If you're Sacred Heart, you want the call. If you're Beal City, you like the call. The bases are now loaded. Now, there is nobody out here in the top of the second inning. And Miss Lauren Gross to the plate, who's already had an RBI double the last inning. McLaughlin at third. At second is Fisher. At first is Dodak. A lot of speed out there on the base path as well. One to the gap here could surely score Dakota Dodak, as we saw in the first inning. Gross swinging for the fences on that first one. It's going to be fouled off the backstop. Gross steps back in on the right side. And it's already 3-0 Beal City here in the top of the second inning, and they're threatening. Nobody out. The bases are loaded. Pitch from Edwards is going to be fouled off. 0-2 now the count. And we did see moments ago the Irish get out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam without giving up a run. Again, Beal's already scored 2 here in the top half of the second, but see if the defense and Emmy Edwards can get something going here for Sacred Heart Academy. This one's going to be popped way up in the air. It's in foul territory. It'll be caught by Marin Wheaton down the third baseline. Got to give a lot of love to Emmy Edwards on that one. Again, coming in a really, really tough spot against one of the best hitters, and she's able to get the pop up there. Bases are still loaded. But now one down at the plate is Macy McKinney. She struck out her first time up on a full count. Here comes the pitch from Emmy Edwards. It's going to be high 1-0. Emma Block is on deck. Ariana Brown behind her. Then it's Beth Block who led off this inning. McKinney digs in on the right side. That's going to be over for a strike. 1-1 the count to Macy McKinney. It's already 3-0. Beal City with the lead here. Bases are loaded with one down in the top of the second. Number 3 hitter, Macy McKinney at the plate. It's going to be put in play in between third and short. Jones is there. They look to get the lead runner. They do. And so a fielder's choice. McKinney will reach out trying to go to third. Or pardon me, out trying to go to second is Dakota Dodak. But coming in to score is Hayden McLaughlin. Moving up to third base is Madison Fisher. Now at first is Macy McKinney. But there's 2 down here in the second. And if you're Emmy Edwards, you come in, you only give up the 1 run. This would be huge for Sacred Heart Academy going forward. Emma Block's now at the plate. She struck out her first plate appearance. Made a great play over at first base to end that bases loaded attack for Sacred Heart Academy in the first. Great job by Edwards pulling the string on that one. Emma Block way out in front. And whenever you can fool a fellow pitcher, you got to feel really good about that if you're Emmy Edwards in the circle. The freshman winds and deals. It's going to miss low. 1-1 now the count. Runners at the corners. 2 down. It's 4-0 here in the top of the second inning. The Aggies have 1 in the first, 3 here in the second. This one's going to be sent towards short. Jones is going to get there, but it's a long throw across. It's actually going to sail as well. That'll allow Fisher to move up to third base. Good play out in right field covering by A.J. Sweet. But it's going to be an RBI single here for Miss Emma Block. It's now 5-0. Beal City with the lead as Madison Fisher comes in to score. Macy McKinney with some good base running is now at third base. And at first is Miss Emma Block. Now Ariana Brown comes to the plate. Again, this is the problem with these two teams. Doesn't matter if there's 1 out, 2 outs when there's runners on base. It's just always scary no matter who's coming up to the plate. First one's going to miss. Sacred Heart really wanted that strike call right there. Edwards looks to the dugout. Gets ready to wind and deal to Ariana Brown. Brown's going to take that one. It's on the outside corner for a strike. Just love to our friends, the Beal City Village Store. Always my last stop before an Aggie game. Smith & Sons, Sydney's Judges Bench, the Dog Central, Barry Funeral Home, Thomas McCann, the crew at Boomer's Lawn Care, almost up north, Stitches for Britches. This one's going to be put in play towards third. It's going to get through for a hit. Coming in to score is McKinney. Moving up to second is Emma Block and Ariana Brown with an RBI single. And this one is getting out of hand here early. The Aggie Bats are awake here on this Friday afternoon as they have now batted around here in the second inning as Beth Block comes to the plate for the second time with runners at first and second. Edwards checks the sign, gets ready to wind and deal. Here comes the pitch. Checking the swing there is Block. It's going to be over for a strike. Addie Sanders on deck. She's single. Behind them is Hayden McLaughlin, who had the 2 RBI triple earlier in this inning. Edwards winds and deals. So it's going to be popped up here. It's going to be a tough play towards the edge of the infield. Savannah Jones will make the catch. And so a big inning there, though, for the Beal City Lady Aggies as they put 5 runs on the board. Let me see if I can count up the hits here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits maybe it was, but did leave 2 on base. What a second inning for the Beal City Aggie girls. They lead it 6-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Going to send it out to a break to hear from some of our friends. The Sacred Heart Academy offense is going to have to get something going in a hurry. Otherwise, that momentum is going to continue to be wearing that royal blue and white. Back with more championship softball right after this. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to the action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. It is the bottom of the second inning. It is already 6-0, Beal City with the lead. Sacred Heart Academy led off the first inning with single. Then it was a fielder's choice with Savannah Jones reaching. Then an unbelievable double play over at first base from Emma Block, which will surely probably continue to be our Bills custom fabrication of the game. We had an RBI or a 2 RBI triple, but that double play was huge with the bases loaded and 1 out. That one's fouled to the backstop from Addie Anderson. And if you're Lauren Gross, you come out with a 1-0 lead. Now you come out with a 6-0 lead. It really changes the way you pitch. You're not worried about giving up a hit here, a hit there. You're just going to come up there and throw them down the middle as Maddie Anderson steps back in, down the count 0-2. She's going to rope this one, but it's caught by Ariana Brown. Sometimes you can hit it. You can smash it, but you hit it right to somebody. And that one, unfortunately for Maddie Anderson, was roped right at Miss Ariana Brown as she makes the catch. 1 down here in the bottom of the second inning as Elena Verlegger steps to the dish. And again, this is a Sacred Heart lineup that is capable of putting up some big-time crooked numbers out there. You cannot count this team out despite this 6-0 score for Beal City. Taking the first pitch is Verlegger. It's going to be ball 1. Looking to the dugout for the signal is Lauren Gross as she steps back in. Here comes the 1-0. That one's just going to miss low. 2-0. Good eye from Verlegger at the plate. Also love going out to our friends, Kenneth Egger, DDS, the Fisher Companies, Central Concrete, Central Asphalt, and Fisher Transportation, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Gross Farms, Brad Gross Electric. Just saw Brad Gross here a moment ago and cheering on one of these Aggie girls. That one's going to be over for a strike, a 2-1. Also love to our friends at Almost Up North, Stitches for Britches, your official Claire Pioneer Gear headquarters, and our friends at Doozy's Ice Cream Place. Well, our swirl after this one sounds like a good idea. Big cut right there for Verlegger. She can't catch up to it. The count is now 2-2 for the sophomore left fielder for Sacred Heart Academy. Steps back in, batting on the right side. Lauren Gross actually kind of waves off the signal from the dugout here. She gets another one. She steps back into the circle with the 2-2. One down here, bottom of the second inning. The Aggie girls lead it 6-0 over Sacred Heart Academy. That's going to be a punch out there for Lauren Gross. Chasing the high heat was Verliger. That'll bring Addie Lay up to the plate. And with the way things have started here for Sacred Heart Academy, I just kind of feel like they can't have a 1-2-3 inning here in the second. Continue to have all the momentum in the royal blue and white. And coming up, you'll have Addie Sanders, Hayden McLaughlin, and Madison Fisher for Beal City. That is who's due up. Brought to you by our friends Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Clark Modular Homes. First pitch to Addie Lay is going to miss. 1-0. And actually, it's now Emmy Edwards at the plate as well for Sacred Heart Academy. See what those changes. That will be over for a strike. It's going to miss now, 3-0. Edwards digs back in, batting on the right side. Lauren Gross steps out. Takes that one all the way. It's over for a strike. 3-1 now the count. Edwards digs back in. Here comes the 3-1. Taken all the way was Edwards, but it's going to be over for a strike. It is now 3-2. Good job here battling back in the circle from Lauren Gross. 3-2 the count. Lauren Gross gets ready to wind and deal. Edwards awaits the pitch. He's going to watch that one low for ball 4. So great at-bat there for Emmy Edwards, as she is a base runner. What is needed for second round? I just said it moments ago. I had the feeling they could not go 1-2-3. A big-time play right there for Edwards to get on the base pad to make Lauren Gross just kind of stay out there in the circle a little bit longer. Now at the plate is Miss Brooke Neff. Senior wears number 5, plays at second base for the Irish. She looks at the first pitch. It's going to be low. She had a huge double up against the fence. I think scored 2 or 3 in their game against Montebello before this one. Coach Antvelink now stepping out to the circle here in this situation. It's a 1-0 count. There's 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. The Aggies lead it 6-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, and we'll see if we have any changes here into the circle. We've got somebody else warming up. We'll take another short break here, but right now the Aggies lead it 6-0. Lauren Gross will remain in the circle. I think if you're Coach Antvelink, she's just coming out there and saying, we got a 6-run lead. Don't worry about trying to really paint any corners right now. Just kind of go out there, do your stuff, and let that good defense behind you do some work as well. Bottom of the second, 1 run around first. 1-0 count. There's 2 down. That pitch to Brooke Neff's going to be over for a strike, 1-1. If Neff is able to get on base, Maeve McConnell would be up next. She singled her first time up. Right toe on the rubber, ready to go is Gross. This one's going to be sent towards first base. Actually, it was just a quick throw from behind the plate. Pardon me, again, my vantage point there. I mean, it seemed like that, but diving back safely at first base is going to be Emmy Edwards. Just looked like a line drive there from behind the plate. Nice job by Beth Block throwing that one so quickly. Stepping out is Neff. Steps back in. Just going to watch that one go by. It's going to miss. 2-2 now, the count to Brooke Neff. If you're Coach Wheaton, you would love for 2 girls to be on with the freshman Maeve McConnell coming back to the plate. Gross has got the sign. She heads back to the middle of the circle. She winds and deals at 2-2. Swing and a miss, going down on strikes is Neff. That's the second punch out here in the second inning for Lauren Gross. And Miss Momentum continues to be wearing all a royal blue and white as we head to the bottom of the third inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports, or pardon me. Yeah, we're heading to the top of the third inning. Getting a little bit confused here myself. Beal City is the away team, even though we're playing here in Beal City. Send it out to another commercial break to hear from our great friends. What do you think about doing business in the Mid-Michigan area? Think about supporting those people that support the Mid-Michigan network, thus supporting those youngsters out on the field. Back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the fifth generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
As we start the third inning, the Beal City Aggies will bring Addie Sanders to the plate. She singled and came around to score in the second inning. Swinging for the fences at the first pitch, it's going to be a strike. Great movement there from Emmy Edwards in the circle. 1 run in the first, 5 runs in the second for the Beal City Aggie girls as they lead at 6-0 here in the top of the third inning. And yes, we are in Beal City, but the Aggies are the away team. This happens via coin flip in the district championship game. Taking that next one is going to be Miss Sanders. It'll miss 1-1. Hayden McLaughlin on deck. Behind her is Madison Fisher. McLaughlin probably the biggest hit of the game with a 2 RBI triple back in the second inning. Swinging for the fences there was Addie Sanders again. Now the count 1-2. So Edwards been out there for 23 pitches or so now. You can tell she's got great movement with the swinging strikes. Problem is with this Beal City lineup, when they are able to make contact, every one of these girls can hit it a ton. Here comes the 1-2. And this one will be hit towards left field. Coming in to make the catch is Elena Verlager. That was a liner right there. Again, sometimes you hit it on a rope, but you hit it right to somebody, and Verlager had to get a great jump to not have to dive to come up with that one, making the big-time catch out in left field. That'll bring Hayden McLaughlin to the plate. Again, last time up, she had a 2 RBI triple. Other than the double play over at first base from Emma Block, probably the biggest play, the Bills' custom fabrication of the game. This one's going to be popped up. Neff's got to try and make the catch out and right. Coming in to make the catch, though, is A.J. Sweet. You've got to be kidding me. Fly out to right field is all it's going to write down on the box score, but that was much more dramatic. On the dive, on the slide, coming up with the catch was Miss A.J. Sweet. And maybe a little bit of momentum now starting to go towards the way of the red and white. Let's see if they can get out of the inning here. But Madison Fisher's at the plate. She walked on a full count her last time up. Taking the first pitch is Fisher. It's going to be over for a strike. With a girl like Fisher that has well over 100 points from her batting average to on-base percentage, it's very important to start off with a first pitch strike. Great job there from Emmy Edwards. That one's going to bounce up there 1-1 now the count to Madison Fisher. It's back to the top of the order after this with Dakota Dodak, who singled and scored in the first, walked and got out via fielder's choice in the second. She'll love to get her third plate appearance here in the third. Here comes the pitch to Madison Fisher. Sends this one towards third. There's Wheaton again with the sure glove over to first. Dug out a bit by Lexi Sweet, but in time. And so a 1-2-3 inning here in the third. A fantastic job there by Emmy Edwards, getting them to go 1-2-3. As we head towards the bottom of the third inning, we will see if the Irish girls can get something going offensively here. Due up for the Irish in the bottom of the third inning. It will be the top of the order with Maeve McConnell, Izzy Ruckert, and Marin Wheaton. All three of them singled their first time up. No runs came in because when Savannah Jones came up, it was a great play in the circle from Lauren Gross to get it back home for the force out, getting Maeve McConnell trying to go from third to home. And then the very next play, it was a line drive from Lexi Sweet. She absolutely smoked it, but what a play from Emma Block over at first base. She makes the catch and then trying to take off from first base, and you can't really blame her, was Savannah Jones because it was such a line drive. but she caught it and ended up being an easy double play. Well, after the catch for Emma Block over at first. That is so far Bill's custom fabrication of the game. Back in that first inning, the Irish girls had the bases loaded with nobody out, and then it was fielder's choice, double play. Here we are in the bottom of the third inning. It's the top of the order with Maeve McConnell back up for the Irish girls, batting from the left side. Waves that pink bat over the back left shoulder. Swings at the first pitch. It's going to be a drive here to left field. It will be foul. Given chase, given effort is going to be Miss Madison Fisher. All quickly back into Lauren Gross as she heads to the back of the circle to await the sign from the dugout. Coach Antvelink and crew. It's back to the middle of the circle. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be fouled off the backstop. And with the way Maeve McConnell hits the ball, nobody on base, I wouldn't mind wasting one or two here if I'm Coach Antvelink. Maybe try and bounce one up there, pull the string on it if you're Lauren Gross. McConnell digs back in on the left side. Back in the circles, Lauren Gross. Right foot on that rubber, winds and deals, trying to get her to chase the high heat, holding off as McConnell at the dish. 1-2 now the count. So high school softball action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 6-0 the score. That one's just going to miss. A great eye there for Maeve McConnell at the plate. The count now runs 2-2. McConnell on the left side trying to get a rally going here as the Irish girls trail 6-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Sends this one out towards our broadcast position down the third baseline. It'll go foul out of play. Well, not out of play, but unreachable. We've got pitch number 6 of the at-bat upcoming here. Maeve McConnell with a great leadoff at-bat here in the third. Can you go back to that first inning? It was bases loaded. Nobody out on top of the first for Sacred Heart. They could not get a run across. That one will bounce up there. Count is now run full to 3-2. Great job by McConnell at the plate here. And I don't mind this, though. You're trying to get McConnell to chase. She is an elite hitter. You don't want to throw her. Well, you don't want to throw her anything. Rolls back into the middle of the circle. Here comes the payoff pitch. It will be ball 4. Just low, just outside. So the second time in her second plate appearance, the freshman Maeve McConnell is on. She reached via single in the first. Now here in the third, she's on with a lead-off walk. Izzy Ruckert now stepping to the plate. She singled her first time up. On deck is Marin Wheaton. She singled her first time up. Here comes the pitch from Lauren Gross. Ruckert trying to get that slap hit, running out of the box, swinging the bat, 0-1. Gross again looks to the dugout to get the sign from the coaching staff. Here comes the pitch from Lauren Gross. That's going to be over for a strike as well. 0-2 now the count for Ruckert. She doesn't look like she's trying to drop down the bunt, trying to drop down the slap hit, but that second strike will definitely take the bunt out of play here for the speedy Izzy Ruckert. She does look to slap hit it. It will go foul. We'll do it 0-2 once more. 6-0. Beal City with the lead here in the bottom of the third inning. District championship on the line with Sacred Heart Academy and the Aggies. Digging back in on the left side is Ruckert. At first base is Maeve McConnell after she drew a walk to lead off the bottom of the third. This one will be fouled off once again. Count remains 0-2, but we've got pitch number 5 of the at-bat upcoming here. Aggies with 1 in the first, 5 in the second. Held scoreless here in the top of the third. The Irish still looking for their first run of the ball game. They left them loaded in the first. I'll say it again. I've said it a bunch. They were loaded with nobody out in the first. Couldn't get a run across. Here comes the grounder put in play. Great play at the circle from Lauren Gross. She jumps to get the ball, ended up being a ground out to the pitcher. could almost call it a sacrifice as you move up the runner to second base, but what a play. Using the catapults on her cleats, I'll make that joke. Lauren Gross goes up to get it and makes the throw quickly over to first base in time. Again, Izzy Rookert's got a ton of speed right there with those couple high bounces. I thought she might be safe despite it going right back to the pitcher, but Gross kind of went up and got that one. That extra half second could have been the big deal right there. Marin Wheaton now at the plate. She'll take the first pitch for a strike. It was an 0-2 count in the first inning before she singled to load the bases. At second is Maeve McConnell. And one of the outfield here should drive her in at the speed that she's got. One down here in the bottom of the third inning. Sacred Heart trying to get their first run across. But the number 3 hitter, Marin Wheaton, at the plate. And Maeve McConnell at second base. Again, Marin Wheaton injured coming into this, but on the year a .588 hitter with 8 bombs. Here comes the 1-1 from Lauren Gross. This one's going to be popped up. It's deep. It's deep. It's deep. It's gone! Marin Wheaton with the blast, and you can see she's got a little hitch in the giddy up, but nothing stopping her. Her 9th home run of the year, and that is exactly what you needed if you are Sacred Heart Academy. The 2-run home run from Marin Wheaton makes it 6. It says 3 up there on the board right now. I'm wondering if I missed something. It should be 6-2, I believe. If myself and Miss Lisa Ancliffe both got that, I think that we're going to be correct. As there was just a 1 runner on base. Yeah, it was Maeve McConnell on base, but they'll get that changed up there. But 6-2 now the score with Savannah Jones heading to the plate. And the bases are empty with 1 out, and everything is now changed here now at our Barbary Laws Studios, built by Conwinsky Construction at the Beal City Academy, or the Beal City softball fields, as the Academy's now got some momentum going. Savannah Jones puts a drive and 1 out towards right field. It's caught by Aubrey Thielen going towards foul territory. Big-time catch right there by Thielen. I think they would have got down in foul territory anyways, but still a hard-hit ball. That'll bring Alexi Sweet to the dish. She smoked one back in the first inning, but it was a great play from Emma Block over at first base, making the catch. And then she also got the tag on the bag as well for the 3 unassisted double play. And it's going to bounce up there. It's actually going to say it hit Lexi Sweet, and so she's going to be hit by a pitch, put on first base. That'll bring Maddie Anderson to the dish. 2 down. Runner on first for Sacred Heart Academy. Anderson done such a great job behind the plate. Also on the year, a .313 hitter, .363 on base percentage. Only 11 runs, but has driven in 30. She's got 2 bombs on the year. She looks to swing for another one there. It's going to go off the backstop. 0-1 to count. 2 out here in the bottom of the third, or top of the third. No, yeah, it is the bottom of the third inning. Looks so weird up there to see the Irish as the Aggies on the scoreboard. For me, I've got things switched up here on the computer screen for everybody, or the phone. Anderson digs back in. Runner at first base is Lexi Sweet after she was hit by a pitch. 6-2 is the score after the 2-run home run moments ago from Miss Marin Wheaton. The count is now 1-1. Anderson digs back in on the right side. Block to the back of the circle, back to the middle, winds and deals. Quick throw down to first base by Beth Block. Back in time is Lexi Sweet. It's Gross in the circle, Beth Block behind the plate, Emma Block at first, Macy McKinney at second, Ariana Brown at short, Addie Sanders at third, Madison Fisher in left field, Dakota Dodak in center, and Aubrey Thielen in right field defensively for the Aggie girls. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. It's going to be over for a strike to Maddie Anderson to run the count to 2-2. Elena Verliger is on deck. She would love to get an opportunity with a couple base runners on one here. Gross waves off the pitch from the dugout. Now has one that she likes as she steps back to the middle of the circle. Is ready to wind and deal with the 2-2. This one's going to be popped up down the first baseline. It'll get out of play. Nice job by Maddie Anderson staying alive at the plate. Count will remain 2-2. Anderson awaits, puts this one in play down the third baseline, but it's going to go foul. Was fielded by Addie Sanders. It would have been a long throw across the diamond with the speed of Maddie Anderson. The cool thing Coach Wheaton said, Maddie Anderson is probably the best catcher in the MSAC, one of the best catchers in the area along with Beth Block. But he said also probably best outfielder if she had a chance to play out there, but she's so good behind the plate, can't really get her to take off that catching gear. Here comes the 2-2 one more time. This one's going to be fouled, no popped up, but it will be caught by Lauren Gross out of the circle. And so 2 runs do come across for Sacred Heart Academy on just one hit as 2 batters reach via hit by pitch and a walk, but 1 left on base as we head to the 4th inning. It is 6-2, Beal City with the lead, and we're back to the top of the order for the Aggie girls. It's Dodek, it's Gross, it's McKinney when we come back on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Clark Modular Homes in Mount Pleasant are a one-stop shop from the buy, the build, and beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting Mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Emmy Edwards is back in the circle for the Sacred Heart Academy girls. She got a 1, 2, 3 inning in the third, but we're back to the top of the order here with Dakota Dodak, Lauren Gross, and Macy McKinney. Reset things defensively for you. Maddie Anderson's behind the plate with Emmy Edwards in the circle. Lexi Sweet at first. Brooke Neff at second. Savannah Jones at short. Marin Wheaton at third. Elena Verlegger is in left. Out in center field is Maeve McConnell, and out in right field is Miss Ava Sweet. Stepping the plate is Dakota Dodak. Top of the 4th inning, 6-2. This is the first time in the game that Sacred Heart Academy has got some momentum behind that 2-run home run from Marin Wheaton moments ago. Let's see if Emmy Edwards can try and carry some of that momentum here into the 4th inning in the circle. First pitch is going to miss to Dakota Dodak. Edwards ready to wind and deal with the 1-1. That one's going to miss high. 2-0 now the count to miss Dakota Dodak. Singled in the first inning, came around to score on an RBI double from Lauren Gross. Reached base via walk in the second. Was out via a fielder's choice. She takes that one inside. 3-0 now the count to Dodak. That is maybe the one problem with putting up a couple runs in that long half inning if you're Sacred Heart. Emmy Edwards finally starts getting things going in the third. Then she's got to wait a long time to come back out here in the 4th inning. That one's roped up the middle for a base hit for Dakota Dodak. All 3 plate appearances now she has reached base, and with her speed, she's going to be a big threat to try and take a bag here as well. Nice piece of hitting right there. 3-0 count. Had the green light there from Coach Anveling. It tells you how great of a hitter Miss Dakota Dodak is right there to have that green light on the 3-0. Now at the plate is Lauren Gross. She's got an RBI double and a pop-out in this game in her 2 plate appearances. Coach Wheaton heading out to the circle right now. I don't think we're going to see a pitching change right here, but I think he's going to tell Emmy Edwards, you're doing great, kid. Keep going out here and throwing, doing what you're doing. We need to get the bats going. Said if you're Sacred Heart, realistically, this game goes 7. You're probably going to give up another run or 2, at least, to this Beal City lineup. If you're Sacred Heart, you need to put up another crooked number or 2 in this one to get back in this game offensively. 6-2 is our score here after the short meeting of the minds in the circle with Coach Wheaton and the infield. At the plate, it's Lauren Gross, and again defensively, it's Edwards in the circle, Maddie Anderson behind the plate. Lexi Sweet at first, Brooke Neff at second, Savannah Jones at short, Marin Wheaton at third. It's Elena Verlegger in left, Maeve McConnell in center, and Ava Sweet in right field. Lauren Gross steps in. She's 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI double and a pop out to third base. She shows bunt, pulls it back. There goes Dodak down to second base. Nice job by Anderson there, not even bothering to throw that one. She saw the jump that Dodak got and knew there wasn't a way she was going to throw her out. Edwards checks the sign again. Has got that right foot on the rubber. Is ready to wind and deal to Lauren Gross. Gross shows bunt once again. She pulls it back at the last second. It's a 1-1 count. So the pitching counterparts going up against each other here, but we could see a pitching change coming for Beal City as well. But he's Sean from the Morning Sun. Let me know. I might have heard that coming from the dugout. Gross digs back in on the right side. Here comes the 1-1. It's going to be fouled off the backstop. 1-2 now the count to Lauren Gross. Macy McKinney is on deck. She has struck out and reached via fielder's choice. Has scored a run. Edwards steps back into the circle. Right foot on the rubber. Ready to push off and send that smoke in there. Check swing there. Kind of holding off there was Lauren Gross. 2-2 now the count. Great movement again there from Edwards. Just didn't drop over the zone. Edwards looks at the dugout. Coach Hyde for the signal. She steps back to the rubber. Winds and deals. This one's going to be popped way in the air towards the outfield. Not an easy play. Coming in to make the catch from center field. It's going to be dropped by McConnell, so that will be a single for Lauren Gross. You know, I have 2 runners on with nobody out here in the 4th inning. And that could come back to loom large right there. If you're Emmy Edwards, you definitely want that one to be caught. Stepping to the dish now is Macy McKinney. Yeah, McKinney 0 for 2 on the day. She did score a run back in the 2nd inning when she reached via fielder's choice. Swinging for the fences, pulling the string on that one was Emmy Edwards. Great looking pitch right there from Edwards. McKinney on the year, a .413 hitter with a .549 batting average. Or pardon me, .549 on base percentage. Both of those are laughable, though, especially with the schedule that Beal City has played. Pop up behind the plate, trying to make the catch is Maddie Anderson. She's not going to be able to get there. Count will remain 0-2. And here's a stat for you. The Beal City Aggie girls versus Vesterberg today. It's the first Division IV team they played all year long. I am not joking. 22-12 record with 0 Division IV teams. Again, they've played some Bay City Westerns, some Rockfords, some Walled Lake Westerns, some really big schools, and fared very well. Grounder up the middle is going to be in for a base hit. Rounding third, coming in to score with that elite speed is Dakota Dodak. RBI a single for Macy McKinney as Dodak comes around to score. Moving up to second is Miss Lauren Gross. And it's now 7-2 Beal City with the lead after the single from the junior superstar Macy McKinney. That'll now bring Emma Block to the plate. She struck out in the first and had an RBI single in the 2nd inning. Runners at first and second for Block. She pitched in the first game and was absolutely fantastic, shutting down Vesterberg for 5 innings. That one's going to miss high. Behind Emma Block is Ariana Brown. Behind Ariana Brown is Beth Block, the younger sister of Emma Block. And what a cool interview I had with those 2 sisters earlier this week. And Coach Amvalik, big shout out to them for taking some time to chat with me. She'll take that one. It'll be over for a strike. 1-1. Now the count to Emma Block. At second is Lauren Gross. At first is Macy McKinney. She just drove in a run moments ago. Emma Block batting from the right side. Fouls this one off. Just a dribbler towards her dugout. 1-2 now the count. Still nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. 7-2 Beal City with the lead. Last year this was a 12-11 7-inning thriller. The year before that was a 9-7, I want to say 12-inning thriller. Block back in on the right side. Awaits the 1-2. Great job pulling the string on that one. That will be another punch out for Emmy Edwards. It was a big-time strikeout there for Edwards to get Block to go down as well. That'll bring Ariana Brown to the plate. Runners remain at first and second. 1 down here in the top of the 4th inning. The Aggie girls already with 1 run across. They lead at 7-2 here in the district championship over Sacred Heart Academy. Ariana Brown, or Brownie as they call her, steps in on the right side. Her and Lauren Gross will be playing softball together next year at Mid-Michigan College. And boy, are they going to be lucky to have those 2. She'll take the first pitch for a ball. Edwards has the sign on the wrist, toe on the rubber, gets ready to wind and deal with that right arm. It's going to be sent up the middle. Be a base hit here for Ariana Brown. Round in third to come around and score is Lauren Gross. Holding up at first is Ariana Brown with her second RBI single of the ball game. Coming to score is Gross. Moving up to third is Macy McKinney. And boy, momentum is back in the royal blue, black and white here at Beal City softball fields, where you can find our Barbary Law Studios on this Friday evening, built by Konwinski Construction. Also much loved our friends J&J Auto, Blockco Pools and Spas, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, and Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, our sponsor of Closing the Deal. The Aggies, the way they're batting, they might have a chance to close the deal early in this one, which is something I did not think was at all possible. But boy, have they been great here so far. Dropping down the bunt is Block, looking to beat it out at first. Great play from Emmy Edwards out of the circle to make the throw in time, but that does move the runners up to second and third base, and so the sacrifice there from Beth Block does her job. Moving up to second is Brown. Moving up to third is Macy McKinney for Miss Addie Sanders, who's 1 for 2 on the day. She singled and scored in the second. She lined out to left field into the third. It was an unbelievable play in left field from Elena Verlager to come up with the catch. I say unbelievable. She didn't have to dive for it or anything, but she just got a great jump and was able to make the catch. Grounder right down third baseline. It's going to get through for a hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Ariana Brown. She will come in to score. It's a 2 RBI single for Miss Addie Sanders. She is turning herself in quite today. She's now 2 for 3 at the plate with a run scored and a pair of RBI. Brown comes in to score. McKinney comes in to score. It's now 10-2, Beal City with the lead. Going to be grounded right back to the pitcher. Edwards is able to gather it, but she's not going to be able to make the throw in time. It'll be an infield single for Hayden McLaughlin. And things going Beal City's way right now. If you're Sacred Heart Academy, you've got to do something to stop the bleeding here. There's 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Already 4 runs across. Madison Fisher stepping to the plate. If Fisher reaches base, Dakota Dodak will come back up, who led off this inning. First one from Edwards is going to miss high, 1-0. The Aggie girls were able to bat around in the 2nd inning, now threatening to do it here in the 4th inning if Madison Fisher can reach base. She'll drop down a bunt. Edwards with a clean play over to first. They're going to say she beat it out. What a sprint right there from Madison Fisher for the bunt single. It was a great play by Edwards to get it, make the throw, but it just was not in time because of the elite speed from Madison Fisher. The bases are now loaded with Dakota Dodak coming to the plate for the 2nd time this inning. And with an 8-run lead, if 2 more runs come across here in the 4th, if you're Sacred Heart, you could be down to your final 6 outs just like that. The umpires are getting together here. Coach Wheaton came out of the dugout, wants to make sure that it was a safe call at first. It will stay that way. Bases loaded. 2 down. Dakota Dodak steps to the plate. She's 2 for 3 on the day with a pair of singles, or 2 for 2 on the day with a pair of singles, 2 runs scored, and she's also walked as well. So she's reached base every plate appearance as she steps in here on the right side. She'll swing at the first pitch and send it deep towards center field. It's going to get down for a hit. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. 3 runs are in. Dodak is going to be into third with a 3 RBI triple. And when you think about that, Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, brought to you by Brian Weefrich and the crew at Weefrich Financial. Miss Dakota Dodak, what a performance in this one. It's now 13-2 Beal City as they've put a 7th spot up here in the 4th inning. Lauren Gross back to the dish for her 2nd time this inning. She'll take the first pitch. It's going to be low. 13-2, Beal City The bats are a-booming. Emmy Edwards is doing a good job battling. When the Aggie girls put the bat on the ball, big things happen as there's another one to the gap up against the wall. RBI single for Lauren Gross, her third single of the ball game. She drives in Dakota Dodak for her third run of the ball game. Dodak has had 4 plate appearances. She has reached base all 4 times. She has scored 3 runs. She's got 3 RBI. The only time that she's got out was via fielder's choice after a walk. And it looks like Savannah Jones will be back in the circle for Sacred Heart Academy to try and stop the bleeding. It's 14-2 Aggies in front here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're going to take a break and be back with more championship softball right after this.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Blocko Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blocko Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
A big shout to Blocko Pools. A Blocko Pool and or Spa would not be bad today. Here comes the pitch to Macy McKinney. It's going to be grounded up the middle for another hit. Macy McKinney with her second RBI single of this inning. I'll say that again, her second RBI single of this inning. She's going to move up to second on the pass throw, too. Coming all the way around to score was Lauren Gross for her second run of the ball game, and it's now 15-2 Beal City as Emma Block steps to the plate for her second plate appearance of the 4th inning. Got a 5 spot in the second and a 9 spot here in the 4th inning for the Aggie girls offensively. I said at the beginning of the year when I looked at this lineup, I think Madison Fisher is the type of player you can plug her in anywhere. But when I saw her hitting towards the bottom of the yellow, I'm like, well, what do you do? Well, no, they've got power, they've got speed, and they've got average all the way through the lineup, and that's what we've seen here today. That one missed 1-1 now the count. Again, coming into this game, Sacred Heart girls, one of the top-ranked teams in the state. So is Beal City, but their star player, Marin Wheaton, with an injury, she surely would have pitched in this one. Here comes a high fly ball. Neff making the catch out towards the grass. That will stop the bleeding there. But 9 runs come across here in the top of the 4th inning for the Beal City Aggie girls. Whoo, boy, heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Irish, they are capable of putting up those crooked numbers, but it has to start now because the situation right now, you need at least 4 runs with your next 6 outs. That is how dire straits this situation has gone. Back with more softball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Blocko Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blocko Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Take you behind the scenes for a minute. I kind of said, whoops, you accidentally playing that commercial twice in a row, but I love me some Blocko Pools and Spas. And on a hot summer day, again, what would be better today after this game than a nice little pool party? Elena Verlegger stepping to the dish for the Sacred Heart Academy girls. They desperately need to get something going here in this bottom of the 4th inning as they trail it 15-2 to Beal City. You asked me to guess the score of this game, I would have thought a 10-8, 9-7, maybe even a 5-4, maybe even a 16-18, but 15-2 has got me pretty darn surprised. The Beal City Bats are a booming in this one, but this game is capable of turning around in the last few innings. Dakota Dodak now in the circle for the Beal City Aggie girls. Emma Block remains over at first base. It's Addie Sanders still here at third. At short, Ariana Brown at second. Macy McKinney will line things up here in the outfield as we get that game changer open. As Verlager steps back in, the count 0-2. Dodak winds and deals, sends that one inside. 1-2. Verlager just getting out of the way of that one. Actually, Madison Fisher now behind the plate for the Beal girls, showing her versatility. And flip that for Beth Block as she's now out in center field, showing her versatility. We got two girls that can go from outfield to catcher, one from catcher to outfield. That's pretty darn awesome. So Lauren Gross now out in left field. Beth Block out in center. Counting is 2-2 to Elena Verlager. Verlager fouls this one off to stay alive at the dish. So reset it here for you. Now Dodak in the circle. Fisher behind the plate. Emma Block at first. Macy McKinney at second. At short, Ariana Brown. Hot corner. Third is Addie Sanders. In left, Lauren Gross. Beth Block at center. And Aubrey Thielen remains out in right field defensively. Next pitch to Verlager. Fouls that one off as well. Nice at-bat here for Elena Verlager. Count remains 2-2. We've got pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming here. Bottom of the fourth inning, 15-2 is our score. Bit of a shocker, bit of a surprise in this one. Still a lot of time for this to turn around offensively.
We've Financial.
Sacred Heart Academy.
We've Financial.
And pardon me there, that one will be an out. Love the Weefrich Financial. One down here on a nice play on the infield there from Beal City. That'll now bring Emmy Edwards to the dish. Number 8 hitter behind her is Brooke Neff. Then it's back to the top of the order. You'd love to turn it back to the top of the order here with just one out, maybe two even, if you're Sacred Heart Academy. First pitch is going to be a ball to Emmy Edwards. The top of the order, Maeve McConnell has reached base both of her plate appearances with a single and a walk. And you'd love for her to get an opportunity to come back to the dish. Big swing and a miss at that one from Emmy Edwards as she was swinging for the fences. 1-1 now the count. Edwards digs back in on the right side. Dakota Dodak back in the middle of the circle. Here comes the pitch. Strike 2 looking. Again, tomorrow it'll be around a 2 o'clock district championship game coming to you live from Coleman High School for baseball action. Again, didn't do a whole lot of posts about that one because they, similar districts here, things can be very, very confusing. That one's going to be fouled off there. Great job by Emmy Edwards staying alive at the plate. It's a 10 a.m. noon start for the district semifinal games. We will be there for the championship around 1:30 to 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. And I will post highlights throughout the day as I did today to get you set up for the action. Again, two other teams, got Marion, got Coleman, the host there, that are going to expect to win as well. But I highly expect it to be Beal City and Sacred Heart Academy tomorrow afternoon for a matinee battle. And the way things look right now, Sacred Heart Academy boys might be trying to get revenge for the Irish girls. This one's drove to the outfield, coming in to make the catch. Almost coming up with it on the dive is Beth Block. It will be down for a single for Emmy Edwards. Emmy Edwards, walk, now a single. So think about what she's done in the circle. Again, some runs have been put up on her, but Emmy Edwards has pitched really, really well here. You got to throw strikes when you're playing against an elite softball team. Sometimes they're going to knock it around a bit. And so the bottom of the fourth inning, Sean from the Morning Sun is told that there's not a box over there, yet he'd been in the same spot, not moving the whole game. So I got kind of both shrugging at each other here for this one. Stepping back in is Brooke Neff. One down here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Runner at first after the single is Emmy Edwards. That one's going to bounce up there. That'll allow Edwards to take second base. Actually, the throw's out there. It's a great throw from behind the plate from Madison Fisher, but sliding in safely with the stolen base is Emmy Edwards. Edwards trying to make it happen on her own right here. Gets on base, takes second base, see if Neff can drive her in here. Neff awaits. Here comes the pitch from Dodak. That one's going to stay high. 2-0 now the count to Brooke Neff. And as I said, you'd love for this to turn back around with just one out to the top of the order if you're Coach Wheaton and crew. Neff. Ready to rock and roll. That one's going to miss as well. 3-0 now the count to Brooke Neff. Awaiting on deck is Maeve McConnell, who's reached base both of her plate appearances. Singled in the first, drew a walk last inning in the third. Dodak back to the middle of the circle, winds and deals. That one's going to be over for a strike. Taken all the way there was Brooke Neff. Neff digging back in on the right side. Here comes the pitch. Check swing there for Neff. It will be ball 4. So now 2 runners on here for Sacred Heart as the top of the order comes up. Again, you trail by 13. You still got a lot of work to do, but it starts right here if you are Sacred Heart Academy with Maeve McConnell trying to get in something here. Coach Wheaton is letting his team know that down the third baseline. I think like this is the opportunity right here, right now, girls. 1 out. Top of the order, down to our final 5 outs, potentially, if they don't put up at least 4 runs, and that's without giving up a run to Beal City. The first pitch will be over for a strike to Maeve McConnell. Back to the circle is Dakota Dodak. Looks the dugout, Coach Ant Valinka crew for the sign. And around the way defensively, it's Emma Block at first, Macy McKinney at second, Ariana Brown at short, Addie Sanders at third, Madison Fisher behind the plate. In the outfield is Lauren Gross in left, Beth Block in center, and Aubrey Thielen out in right. That one's going to be fouled back. Count now 0-2 to Maeve McConnell. Those runners on first and second. I don't think you try and waste one here if you're Coach Ant Valinka and Dodak trying to bounce one up there because you do not want to allow them to advance. Then again, Maeve McConnell's maybe been the hottest bat in the Sacred Heart lineup. Maybe even going back to last month or so. Again, every time I've seen the freshman, she makes it happen. As I say that, she ropes it to center field for a single. What a throw in from Madison Fisher, from Beth Block to hold that runner at third. But Miss Maeve McConnell now, the freshman, 2 singles and a walk, a run scored. Talk about the Zay Batchelder Baller of the Game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. Again, we're looking at Beal City with what they've done, but if I'm picking a Sacred Heart player, it is Maeve McConnell. She has been terrific, reaching base all 3 of her plate appearances. The bases are now loaded, full of Irish. At the plate is Miss Izzy Rooker. Say Rooker, the slap hitter. See if she continues with that trend here with the bases loaded. She does go running out of the box, try and put one on the ground. It'll be over for a strike. Beal City in control in this game, up 15-2, but right now, Sacred Heart trying to make a comeback as they've got the bases loaded. Just 1 out with their number 2 hitter, Izzy Rooker, at the plate. She looks to drop it down. It's going to go off the fence. Count now 0-2. On deck is Marin Wheaton. She's 2 for 2 on the day with a single and a 2-run home run. You do not want her coming up. Well, I guess she's going to be coming up unless you get a double play here. That's going to be over a strike. They look to get the throw quickly down. No, actually going to say it missed, behind the plate. Then they quickly want to throw it down to third. It's not in time. Diving back safely is Emmy Edwards to third base. Rooker ready to go on the left side. Once again, count is 1-2. 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bases are loaded. There is a strike out again. Well, Dodak, that'll be our first one. He had 2 punch-outs for Miss Lauren Gross to start the game. Now 3 combined. That'll bring Wheaton to the plate with bases loaded. She's singled and hit a 2-run home run. How much do you go after her here if you are Beal City and Dakota Dodak? And he put up that 4 here. It still is just 15-6, but Wheaton is the girl you want at the plate with the bases loaded despite the hitch in the giddy-up. We've already seen it with that 2-run bomb back in the 3rd inning. First one's going to miss, 1-0. Got timeout being called right now. Meeting of the minds right now in the middle of the circle with the Beal City Aggie girls. It's 15-2 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. But the Irish do have the bases loaded, trying to make it happen here. Says there's a meeting on the minds right now. Coach Wheaton gathering all of his base runners. And the hitter at the plate, Miss Marin Wheaton, trying to make sure we are good to go. One thing I wondered, the way Wheaton has been at the plate this year, again, a .588 hitter, now 9 home runs after the last one. Do you think about walking in a run here? Again, I say that, but again, you go through these lineups. If you walk Wheaton, it's Savannah Jones, Lexi Sweet, Maddie Anderson, 3 elite hitters once again. It's tough sledding for those pitchers out there. No matter what the situation, no matter what the scenario, you've got an elite hitter at the plate, no matter who's in the circle. Wheaton's going to take that first one. It's 1-1 now. That one on the outside corner for a strike. Wheaton steps back in on the right side. Dodak has a sign, winds and deals. That's going to be just low. Good job trying to frame it behind the plate from Madison Fisher. It's now 2-1. Wheaton tell all of his girls on the base paths to be ready. Pass ball here. You got to advance. Take advantage of this situation. Here comes a 2-1. Swing and a miss there. Wheaton swinging for the fences. Count now 2-2. Go back to that first inning. The Irish left them loaded. Could they leave them loaded here as well in the fourth? Again, you put up 6 runs on the board. That'd make it 15-8 if they all came in. And the bats for Beal City still would be a problem. But, man, Sacred Heart, it will leave them loaded again. It's a swing and a miss for Wheaton to throw down a first in time. So for the second time this ball game, the Irish leave them loaded. They have left somebody on the base path in every single inning so far in this one. Due up for the Beal City girls. It's Ariana Brown, Beth Block, and Addie Sanders. They lead it 15-2, seeing if they can close it out here in the 5th inning. Back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And remember, more action coming up tomorrow with a baseball district championship game around 2 p.m.
Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
A big shout out to Pash Derek coming and saying what's up here as we head to the 5th inning. It is 15-2. Beal City with the lead over Sacred Heart Academy. Think about that. Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, brought to you by Weefridge Financial. Dakota Dodak, 3 for 3 on the day with 3 RBI. Lauren Gross is 3 for 4 on the day with 2 RBI. Some runs scored. Dodak's got 3 runs scored. Again, that Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, brought to you by Weefridge Financial. Right now, I kind of got the senior Miss Dakota Dodak penciled in right now. Ariana Brown, first batter here of the 5th inning. First pitch is going to be over for a strike to the senior playing shortstop in this one for Beal City. And if you are the Irish girls, you're down to your final 3 outs, as this is a 10-run-plus lead in the 5th inning. Now 1-1 to Brownie. Ariana Brown steps out, couple practice swings, steps back in, waves that bright pink bat over the back right shoulder as she gets ready to go. That one's also going to bounce up there. 2-1 now the count. Again, Emmy Edwards has done a good job coming in a very, very difficult situation. Now Savannah Jones is out there trying to close the deal for the Irish girls, brought to you by our friends Bryce Updegraph, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. And more loved, Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Woods Household Appliance, Weefrich Financial, Clark Modular Homes, The Bird, All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, Gates Drilling and Service, and Barberry Law. That one's also going to miss 3-1. Now the count to Ariana Brown. Those pitching changes for both teams brought to you by our friends at Mount Pleasant Automotive. It's like Coach Antvelink, Coach Wheaton needs some substitutions out there from time to time. So does your vehicle and need a new parts all the time. They've got them for you at Mount Pleasant Automotive. That is going to be a walk for Ariana Brown that'll bring Beth Block to the plate, who's 1 for 2 on the day, a single and a run scored in the second. She popped out to short to end that second inning in her second plate appearance. Her last time up, she had what I put in the box score as a sacrifice bunt. She looks to drop down the bunt here again. And to talk about the versatility of Beth Block, she started this game at catcher. She's now playing in center field. Yeah, she's a pretty good softball player. Savannah Jones looks to the dugout for the signal. Steps back to the rubber, gets ready to rock and roll. Here comes the next pitch. Looking to drop down the bunt once again was Block. She pulls it back. It'll be over for a strike, 1-1 the count. Brown ready to sprint away. That bunt does get dropped down by Block. 1-1 now the count, and Savannah Jones is back in the middle of the circle. She winds and deals. She's going to put this one over the second baseman's head. Neff put on the stilts but couldn't catch that one. Brown's now going to round third and come in to score. Scoring all the way from first on the RBI double from Beth Block. Block now 2 for 2 on the day, driving in a run. She's also got a run scored, and it's now 16-2 Beal City. Whoo, boy. Tomorrow when we're broadcasting boys baseball, we'll have all kind of score updates brought to you by our friends Clark Modular Homes, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Malley Construction. But today is kind of the only show in town as these two teams playing early. And this happened last year as well, and selfishly for a broadcaster, I love it because it allows me to do two district brackets, I should say, 2 district championship games. Addie Sanders back to the plate. She has been terrific. She's 2 for 3. She singled, scored a run in the second. She lined out to left field to the third. Then she had a 2 RBI single in the fourth. Runner at second is Beth Block. Still nobody out. Great block at the plate there from Maddie Anderson. And blocked by the catcher, brought to you by our friends, Block Electric Company. I also love our friends, the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund, GNS Mechanical, Hanging by a Thread, Pier Plumbing, All Seasons Fireworks, WW Construction, The Diner, Brickner and Bunker Farm Beer Insurance Group, Dixova Auto Sales, Powell Frame and Collision, Bogwai Bang Gun Bradley, Martinez Lawn Care, Martinez Painting, and Martinez Cleaning, along with Mount Pleasant Public Schools. Hot shot down the third baseline. Coach Antvelink just barely getting out of the way of that one. Count now 2-1 to Addie Sanders. It's 16-2. Beal City with the lead. The Irish girls would have to score at least 5 in the bottom of the 5th inning to keep this game going. That's if no more runs come across here. That one's just going to miss. 3-1. If you're Edwards, you really want that. Or pardon me, if you're Jones, you really want that pitch. Jake Johnston showing his versatility out here, helping the girls warm up and get ready. Big shot to him, the softball coach from Beal City last year. Still heavily involved, doing everything he can to help these girls be successful. And there was a walk for Addie Sanders. That'll now bring Hayden McLaughlin to the plate. McLaughlin is 2 for 3 on the day. She had a 2 RBI triple. Talk about the J&J Auto Collision Report, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply drill of the game there back into the second inning. Then she lined out to right field, and an infield single was stranded back in the fourth. Here we are in the fifth, and she's got another opportunity. She'll take the first pitch. It's going to be in the top part of the zone for a strike. 0-1 the count. McLaughlin steps back in. She'll take that one as well. 1-1 now the count. Jones back to the back of the circle. Now puts that right foot on the rubber, is ready to wind and deal. That one's going to be high again. 2-1 now the count. McLaughlin steps back in. Jones has the sign from the dugout. Zings it in there. Going to be sent up the middle. Fielding it will be Brooke Neff, but there's not going to be a play to be made. She tries getting it home, and it actually is a quick throw home, and not in time for the tag, though, and that will allow the runners to move up. Coming in to score is Beth Block. Moving up to third is Addie Sanders. We're given an RBI single there for Hayden McLaughlin as she moves up to second base as well. It's now 17-2 here in the top of the fifth inning. A 15-run lead for the Beal City Aggie girls as Madison Fisher steps to the plate. And if you're Marin Wheaton over there at third base, a little hitch in the giddy-up, she, coming into this game, had 81 strikeouts to 12 walks. She was 14-0 for Sacred Heart Academy. Even talking with the Beal City girls this week, Coach Antveling, I really wanted her to be in the circle. You know, beat the best, you got to play the best. And so what a fantastic game this has been for the Aggie girls, but you really wonder how big of a difference it could have been if Marin Wheaton was in the circle for the Sacred Heart girls. Looks like we have a pitching change getting ready to take place out there with Coach Wheaton and the crew. We will send it out to a commercial break here to hear from some of our fantastic friends of the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with more Beal City Irish softball right after this, and it does look like Edwards is heading back to the circle. Back with more Irish Beal City softball right after this.
Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it. Emmy Edwards back out in the circle. See if she can close the deal for the Irish girls. Brought to you by our friends Joe Wentworth, Bryce Updegraff, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Madison Fisher remains at the plate for the Aggie girls. There's runners at second and third. Fisher on the day has walked, grounded out to third base, and had a bunt single. She scored one run for the Aggie girls. Edwards back out there in the circle. The freshman again being put in another really, really tough spot. See if she can make something happen, get these final 3 outs to give their offense a chance to come back out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. But it's already 17-2. Your Sacred Heart Academy have to score at least 6 runs without giving up another run here in the bottom half of the fifth to keep this game going. That one's also going to miss 2-0 the count to Madison Fisher. So righty steps out and steps back in. That one's going to miss high. 3-0 now the count. Waiting on deck is Dakota Dodek. Last time she was at the plate, all she did was hit a 3 RBI triple up against the wall. Fisher awaits the next pitch. She's going to take it all the way. It's going to be over for a strike, 3-1. Edwards looking to battle back here and run the count full to 3-2. Fisher takes that one. It will be ball 4. The second walk she has drawn this game. Again, she has, I think it's 150 points higher on base percentage than batting average. And if you're a coach, take either one of them numbers. Doesn't matter which one, as long as you end up with a foot on first base at least. Dakota Dodek now coming to the plate. She is the 6th batter here in the 5th inning. Everybody has reached base, and she sends this one down the left field line. It's going to come in very, very quickly. What a throw out there from Maeve McConnell in left. But again, Dodek gets it done. You have got to be kidding me the day that she has had. Coming in to score is going to be Addie Sanders. Moving up to third is McLaughlin. To second is Fisher. At first is Dakota Dodek with another RBI. Run down those Dodak stats here in just a moment as Lauren Gross now steps to the dish. She has had herself a day. Breaking ball is going to be over for a strike. It's now 18-2. Beal City in front. Our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game brought to you by Weefrich Financial. Now starting to pen in Miss Dakota Dodak for what she's done on the day. That one fouled off by Lauren Gross. Now the count 0-2. All 6 batters this inning have reached safely. There's still nobody out. 3 runs across. The bases are loaded for Lauren Gross. She's going to send this one in between short and third for a base hit. 1 run is in. Throw is a good one from McConnell, but scoring safely is Madison Fisher. That allows runners to move up. It's a 2 RBI double for Lauren Gross, and the Aggie Bats just continue to make noise. Dodak is at third. Coming in to score is McLaughlin and Madison Fisher. Here comes Macy McKinney to the plate. It is 20-2 Beal City, and there's still nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. McKinney digs in. She'll take the first pitch, 1-0. Emma Block is on deck, and then it's Ariana Brown who led off this inning. Edwards winds and deals. That one's also going to miss high. Again, I want to continue to give credit to the freshman, Amy Edwards, who's been thrown into a couple really difficult spots here in this one, but has done her job. She's gone out there. She's thrown strikes. Just these bats are a booming of Beal City, as I've said a bunch here today. That J&J Auto Collision Report has been going all day long, as that one's down in the gap as well. Another run is in. Dodak's in to score. Also coming in to score is Lauren Gross. And so a 2 RBI double there for Macy McKinney. Macy McKinney's last 3 plate appearances have been RBI single, and RBI double, as it's now 22-2. There is still nobody out here in the 5th inning as Emma Block steps to the plate. Block takes the first one. It's going to miss 1-0. This will be the 3rd time this ball game that the Aggie girls will have batted around. That one's going to be smoked towards the dugout. Coach Antwerlink showing she's still got a little bit of those springs. She's able to jump out of the way. 1-1 now the count to Emma Block. Block is 1 for 4 on the day. An RBI single back in the 2nd inning. She was doing some warm-up pitching. She could come back out to try and close this one out. Grounder towards third. Great play from Savannah Jones, but it's going to be too long of a throw. Reaching safety with the single is going to be Emma Block. And that'll bring Ariana Brown to the plate here in the 5th inning. And here in the 5th inning, the Aggie girls have now batted around without a single out. And so coming to the plate for the 2nd time is Ariana Brown here in the 5th inning, and still not a single out surrendered for Sacred Heart Academy. The lefty freshman Carly Smith will be coming into the game for Sacred Heart Academy. So we'll take a break, head out to a commercial break to hear from some of our great friends, and we'll come back. What a performance today from the Beal City Aggie girls. They lead at 22-2. Back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary. He can be yours too.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher Day or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
First pitch from Carly Smith as she is into the game is going to be over for a strike. Smith, the freshman, getting thrown into a tough situation. If you're just joining us, that is not a wrong score. That is the score as Ariana Brown steps to the plate for the second time here in the fifth inning. Brown steps back in. This one's going to be smoked towards the outfield. It's going. It's going. It's gone. Ariana Brown with the 2-run home run for the Aggies as they just continue to rock and roll at the plate. They have put up back-to-back 9 spots here in the fourth and the fifth inning. It is 24-2. Beal City with the lead. There is still only one down here in the top of the fifth inning. And as I look back at the one down, I'm confused who the one out was because Emma Block reached via. Somebody got called out for leaving the base early. Shout out to Lisa Ancliffe for providing me that. But they batted around, nobody getting out. And the 2-run home run from Miss Brown makes it 24-2. Now at the plate is Beth Block. Carly Smith, the lefty in the circle, winds and deals. Grounder right back to Smith. Great glove out there from Carly Smith in the circle on the ground out back to the pitcher. And so there's now 2 down here in the fifth inning. But if you're Sacred Heart Academy, you now need, goodness, as I look up there, 13 runs in the bottom of the fifth. A good chance for Beal City to close the deal in the bottom of the fifth. Brought to you by our friends Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman, and Associates. Sanders is going to ground this one towards third. What a play from Wheaton. The throw from her knees over to first in time for the out. That will end the inning, but holy moly. 9 runs come across for Beal City in that fifth inning. The Irish girls are down to their final 3 outs of the season, and they got to score 13 runs in the bottom of the fifth inning if this game is going to keep going. Send it out to another quick commercial break to hear from some of our great friends. When we come back, we'll see if the A's can close the deal. Brought to you by our friends Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman, and Associates.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
We are headed to the bottom of the fifth inning, and it's going to take a miracle for Sacred Heart Academy to come back in this one. Our score, 24-2, the Beal City girls in front as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. It is the heart of the order. Savannah Jones, Lexi Sweet, and Maddie Anderson due up for Sacred Heart Academy. I'll say it again, Sacred Heart needs 13 runs here in this inning to continue this game going into the sixth inning. It's 24-2. If it's over 10 runs after 5, they call it, let alone 22 runs. And I'll say it again, Marin Wheaton, the superstar for Sacred Heart Academy, was not available to pitch in this game. Savannah Jones, Emmy Edwards, and Carly Smith, if you ask me, they've done a solid job. They've thrown strikes, but sometimes you put the bat on the ball, you hit it at somebody. Sometimes you hit it to the gap, and the Beal City girls have hit it to the gap a ton in this one. Pop out towards right field. It will get down for a hit. Savannah Jones is going to be on with a leadoff double for Sacred Heart Academy. Again, that's what you want, but the problem is you need about 13 more of those if you're the Irish girls. And you kind of need them in a row as Lexi Sweet steps to the plate. Sweet was hit by a pitcher last plate appearance. In the first inning, she roped one towards first base, but Emma Block snagged it, stepped on first base for the double play. And as I look back at the way this game has gone, that is still going to be our Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. The unassisted double play from Emma Block to end the first inning threat, where the Irish girls had the bases loaded and nobody out, but could not get a run in. Since then, it's been all Aggies. That one's going to be sent foul. 0-2 now, the count to Lexi Sweet. At second base is Savannah Jones. The Irish girls, home runs, walks, whatever, you just need to put the bat on the ball, put it in play. And this one will be put in play towards the outfield. Savannah Jones rounding third, coming in to score. Throw won't be in time. It'll be an RBI single for Lexi Sweet. And she drives in Savannah Jones. The Irish get one across here. This is what they need to get going. A big rally here. Now stepping the plate is Maddie Anderson. She's 0 for 2 on the day with a line out to the shortstop and a pop out to the pitcher. Emma Block is back in the circle for the Aggie girls. She was very dominant in the first game here today. Now out there to try and close things out for the Beal City Aggies. I'll make the joke again, closing the deal, brought to you by our friends Bryce Up to Grab at Joe Wentworth, Palladium Realty, Robin Stressman, and Associates. And also much loved, Mount Pleasant Automotive, ENS Graphics, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Weber Brothers Sawmill. I haven't talked much about that timber of the game, but I think you know who it is. Also of Conwincy Construction, Balacco Pools and Spas, J&J Auto, Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Woods Household Appliance, Weefridge Financial, Clark Modular Homes, The Bird All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, Gates Drilling and Service, and Barberry Law. 1-1 the count to Maddie Anderson. The catcher awaits the pitch. He's going to rope this one towards third. What a catch from Addie Sanders over at third. Woo. What a play by Sanders making the catch. Now just one down. And if you're Sacred Heart, you've came up and hit the ball hard 3 times now. You got that one run across, but the problem is you put yourself in such a difficult spot where you need a rope after rope after rope with no outs in between. If you're Beal City, you could give up 5 ropes in a row here in this situation as long as you're getting it out in between those 5, and you should be in good shape as it's 24-3, Beal City with the lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Verlegger's going to pop that one up down the first baseline. It's going to get out of play. And defensive changes out there. Beth Block is back behind the plate with Emma Block in the circle. Madison Fisher back at first. Macy McKinney at second. Ariana Brown at short. Addie Sanders at third, Lauren Gross in left, Dakota Dodak in center, and Aubrey Thielen out and right for the Aggie defense. This one's going to be popped up behind the plate. Giving chase behind the plate is Beth Block. And she will be able to bring in the catch for the second out. What a catch from Beth Block behind the plate on the pop out to the catcher. That one looked like it was going to the backstop. She somehow gathered right underneath the fence and had enough room to make it happen. Carly Smith now stepping to the plate, looking to keep things going for the Irish. Quick throw to first base. It's going to get away. That will allow Sweet to move up to second base. Smith ready again from the left side. She's definitely got the power to send one over the fence here, and she is a girl, whether it's volleyball, whether it's basketball, whether it's softball here, she is going to be a big part of the Sacred Heart Academy Irish girls basketball and softball program. Again, I want to say volleyball, but not 100% sure if she plays volleyball. That one is over for a strike. The Irish girls down to their final strike. No, pardon me, it's 1-1. Here comes the next pitch. Smith swings at that one. It's now 1-2. Chance for Block to close the deal here. Brought to you by Bryce Up to Grab and Joe Wentworth. Palladium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. If you can't close the deal on your home or get the deal closed on your home, they can do it for you. That one's just going to miss. 2-2. Now the count. Carly Smith digs back in on the right side. Swing and a miss, and that will be a punch out to end the game. 24-3. The Beal City girls win it in just absolutely dominating fashion. I said it a few times. There's not really another way to say it than the bats were booming for the Beal City Aggie girls as they win it, going away 24-3, and one of the most dominant performances you will ever see in a district championship game, going against a team that's been top-ranked all year long. We're going to take a break, come back with our Bird All-American Grill post-game show, talk about our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the Game, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Brad Malley Well Drilling Driller of the Game, and our Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game, brought to you by Weefer Financial. Our final 24-3, the Aggies victorious in 5 innings over Sacred Heart Academy. Back to put a bow on this one right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Blackco Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blackco Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Block Electric Company in Wademan has been powering Michigan for over 30 years. There's no job too big or too small for Block Electric Company, like an entire school or something simple at the home, like making sure the outdoor lighting, thermostat, or ceiling fan is installed professionally. Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric Company, and go Aggies.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barberry Law Studios, built by Conwincy Construction here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And a big congratulations to the Beal City Aggie girls. They win it going away 24-3. Gonna have a little bit more Bird All-American Girl post-game show. We'll go out and talk with some of the girls and Coach Ant Valik. But right now, I got to talk about those accolades. Our Zeta Batchelder Baller of the Game, brought to you by Weefer Financial. Our Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Brad Malley Well Drilling, a Driller of the Game. Our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the Game. And as the game went on, there were a lot of girls who could receive these accolades. Lauren Gross started in the circle. She went, 5 for the Spockman math here, 4 for 5 on the day with 3 RBI, a couple doubles, pair of singles, but Getting all those accolades, the Weefrich Financial Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, Miss Dakota Dodak. Here's how her day went. In the first, she singled and scored. In the second, she walked and was stranded. In the fourth, she singled, stole second base, and came around to score. In the fourth, she had a 3 RBI triple and came around to score. And in the fifth, she had an RBI single and came around to score. Macy McKinney, her last 3 at-bats, all driving in runs. Same goes for Lauren Gross. What a performance offensively from the Beal City Aggie girls. If their bats are booming like this all the way through the playoffs, I don't think there's anybody that's going to be able to stop them. 24 runs in 5 innings. Holy moly. Big shout out to Coach Wheaton and the crew from Sacred Heart Academy on a fantastic year. And you just wonder what things could have been like if it was Miss Marin Wheaton out there in the circle. Chris Bachman signing off for now, but I'm back with you tomorrow around 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock for District Championship Baseball in Coleman. And very similar to today, I'll continue to post updates throughout the day tomorrow. 10 a.m., noon, and 2 are the scheduled times. We'll be out there all day long posting the action. But Chris Bachman signing off for now. Going to go do a little something on the field with the girls. Congratulations to the Beal City Aggie girls. 24-3 district champions. And a big, big shout out to the Irish girls for another unbelievable season. I think finishing 26-7 on the year. Chris Bachman sign off till tomorrow afternoon. District